It is Tuesday training. You guys know this is my favorite day of the week. And can we just take a moment to say how very grateful we are for the opportunity with our Disney partnership that today officially opens the pre-sale of the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary celebration, Cinderella's Castle Warmer. Scentsy warmer. Amazing. It's also going to come with that exclusive brick iridescent ears like Mickey's ears. Okay, how cute is that? And it sounds absolutely like an amazing scent. They have told us in the news article, the main news article, that we will have the opportunity that once it is time for redemption, that we'll be able to get that scent in Scentsy clubs. So for those of you, if you're working smarter and not harder, if you're looking for ways to have that reoccurring PRV every single month, Scentsy Club is where it's at. I will tell you that is where my focus has been on my personal business, is really making sure that I'm talking about Scentsy Club all the time. Everything that leaves my house has a Scentsy Club flyer. Every email that I put has sign up and get perks, and it gives the link to the Scentsy Club. All of these things are me just reinforcing Scentsy Club into my customers. So when I do my follow-ups, when I'm saying thank you, right? When I am reaching out like I did over the past, 24 hours really, of reaching out to previous hosts and customers, and letting them know about the pre-sale, right? I've also put in there a little blurb about Scentsy Club because that's just where I want my focus to be. Today, though, we are going to talk about parties. So I don't want to get too lost in the Scentsy Club drama. So that's not drama. It's not drama. Scentsy Club details, rather. So we will save that for maybe next week's training. I think that'll be a good timing for it because it'll allow me to put some things together for you. I know. Surprises. I was so excited. Okay. So we're going to talk about parties, and this is specifically a video that I've been meaning to update for quite some time. And for whatever reason, right? I mean, building a business, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are our businesses, right? So other priorities got caught up in that to-do list, but I wanted to take the moment today to really focus on parties because tomorrow on March 9th, we're going to have some information about the booking blitz. We're going to be doing this like all across Scentsy, right? So we've got this one coming up on the 9th. So be watching. You will see more details coming in the events tab. And we are going to do something really special for this booking blitz. The Scentsy corporate booking blitz is happening on March 23rd. So that is something that Scentsy themselves are going to be doing. I believe they're going to be live streaming or doing a Zoom. I cannot remember which, but they are going to be doing something. And so, you know, hopefully the goal here is for us to be able to fill our calendars, right? That's what a booking blitz is really all about. You are reaching out to people who either are customers, have been a previous customer, maybe they were a teammate and they no longer sell Scentsy, but they still maybe like Scentsy, right? And they don't want to pay retail. Well, hello, having a party is the way to do it, right? That's what it's all about. So when you're reaching out to people, this is a perfect opportunity to remind them, hey, if you don't want to have to pay retail for your Scentsy, you don't. You know how I do this? We do this with parties, right? And it doesn't have to be the traditional party, right? That a lot of people will really tense up and have panic attacks over, right? So there's so many new ways to do parties. So many, and you're going to be seeing more and more of that because I do have, and I'm working on creating and finishing out a Trello board with all kinds of different parties that I know of and the resources on how to do them. So you guys will have everything you need at any time. But to really be authentic here for a minute, I will tell you that over the last maybe year or so, I probably have only done a small handful of actual parties. A lot of what my business has been focused around and really been thriving on is Scentsy Club, building that up over time, and individual orders and putting them in as bulk orders, right? So what does that look like? That's like me reaching out to my customers. Hey, are you ready for a wax refill when I'm doing my follow-ups, right? They're like, oh yeah, I am. I'm either creating shopping links for them, depending on if that's something they're interested in, or I am creating a catch-all party, right? I do that in the workstation. Go to your orders tab, create a party, right? And you can name it like what mine normally defaults to. I usually have at least 2 or 3 going at the time. But right now I think mine just says March orders here. I've got another one that says, get a surprise with your order or something like that, right? Which basically is me just sending out happy mail. That's a surprise happy mail. But parties are really the way that we are able to reach more people. So if you have a question on how do I build my customer base, how do I get more customers, I'm going to tell you, and probably you're going to hear it from a lot of other leaders too, right? Parties are just the way to go. While yes, you can sustain a business, right? Like I'm living proof. You can sustain a business by doing individual orders or putting them all into bulk party, orders and doing it that way, right? But at the end of the day, we really are going to talk to more people. We're going to meet new people by having parties. And like I said, if you've got a negative outlook or maybe you've had a negative experience, or maybe you're sitting there watching this saying, Jacqui, I've tried doing parties. They all have bombed for me. That's okay. That's okay. Because you know what that means? If I were to ask you how many parties have you done and you say 5, and I say how many were successful and you say 0, I'm still going to clap for you. You know why? Because that means you're still trying. You are still trying to do the work that you know you need to do, right? Because you know it's going to open up more opportunities to have conversations, build relationships, which then become customers, which then maybe become team members right down the line. That's how it works. Remember, the things that we're doing in our business today, we may not see the results right away, right? A lot of times you will hear what you do today, you will see the results in 90 days. That's why myself and a lot of our leaders, right, we will really, really tell you that you can't just try something for a week or a day and then say, oh, that didn't work, or, yeah, this is working great for me. You really have to give something time to work. So if it's a new system that you're implementing, if it's a new party style that you're going to try, if it's a new way to reach out to customers, whatever it is, you have to consistently do that. And I'm just going to tell you right here and now, if you really put the effort in and if you really try it for like a good 60 to 90 days, at least, that's when you're going to really be able to see, is what I'm doing working? Because I will tell you right now, I in my early years of being a consultant, I did what we tell you not to do. I would post and pray. Post and pray. Post it out there. Oh my gosh, you guys, we have a pre-sale on this amazing 50th anniversary collection from Walt Disney World. It's fantastic, right? If I did one post about that and said nothing else, that's me posting and praying, right? Our dreams, our businesses are not built on the concept of posting and praying. We have to take action. So today you might have seen when I posted that the queue was up, I gave you a call to action, right? I gave you an action item to do. So following up whatever it is you're doing with action is going to be able to help you to measure your success, first of all, whether it's working or whether it's not. And it's also going to create a better business owner, which you become a better leader, which you become a better sponsor, which you become a better just overall, right? And being able to help others. And that's what I really want you guys to focus in on. How can you build your customer base? How can you just become a better version of you in your business? Remember, you are in competition with no one, only yourself, right? I've told you guys this time and time again, every single time a new month starts, what do? I set my goals and I just try and beat me from last month. That's who I am working against, is myself. And it all comes down to the time, the energy, the intention behind the actions I'm taking, and actually taking action. Okay, action. Keyword. Can we put it up in big, bold letters, please? All right, so as we are working into the booking blitz this month, you're probably going to be having a lot of conversations. You're probably going to be speaking to a lot of different people who maybe work a whole lot and their schedule is busy, or they've got younger kids or even older kids that their schedule is too busy to maybe do a typical home party, or even if they're turned off of the whole Facebook party, okay? I'm not going to lie. You guys probably already know this because I know I say it a lot. I am not a fan of Facebook. I am just not. Please, Mark Zuckerberg, take pity on me. But I am not. I really love Instagram. I love it for a lot of different reasons, but I love it because it's my platform of choice. But I stay on Facebook because that's where my business is, right? And it helps me to communicate with you guys, with other team members, to network with other consultants, to do programs, all the things, right? You guys know that every single day I get up, I get ready, and I come into my office and I work. And some days, right, like I've got my theme days and that's really great. But I will tell you that there's some tasks that I do every single day simply because they're habits. And one of those is working on creating relationships, because I need to always be looking to book parties. Because I know this, even though, like I said, I've been upfront and honest with you, right? I have not been doing a whole lot of parties lately. Why am I telling you this now? Because I know that I need to get back into doing parties more. And so I don't want you to feel like you failed. I don't want you to think that you're less than. I don't want you to think, well, I'm not a good Scentsy consultant or whatever, right? Any of those negative thoughts, I want you to just kick them to the curb. Kick them to the curb. Write it down on a piece of paper, go outside, light it on fire, and let it blow away in the wind. Not on a wind advisory day. Please don't set somebody's house on fire. Okay? Okay. You get the point though, right? Get rid of the negativity. Get rid of it. If you're telling yourself these negative thoughts, you got to stop. You got to stop. I can't tell you. I mean, I can tell you, but I can't make you stop, right? You're going to have to do that for yourself. And building a business, it is not easy. It's not easy. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to do a whole bunch of work today and wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, Jacqui, oh my gosh, I woke up and I have 100 people now on my team. And I think I've now promoted to a superstar consultant. What am I going to do? That is not how this works. It's not how this works, right? If it did, this is not how it works. We are building a business, and building a business based on authenticity, simplicity, and generosity. Those are our core values. Remind yourself of those core values. And simplicity, when it comes to parties, is going to save you so much time, so much headache, so much because let me tell you, when I've tried to become more than simple, right? When I really try and I think I'm doing something really well, what ends up happening is I overcomplicate the whole process. And I really end up making more work for myself. I do this a lot. I'm human, right? It's okay. We just have to notice when those things happen and then take note and say, okay, not going to let that happen again. And sometimes it might take 2 or 3, 4, 10 times to learn that lesson, but that's okay, right? That's okay. So, hey Trina, hey Jessica, Ashley, Cassie's on. That's right, Trina. It takes work, and it takes work to keep your team. It certainly does. So, all right. Let's go ahead and let me show you before I show you this, let me just tell you right here and now why this means so much to me, because this is quite literally how my actual customer business got started. When I changed my mindset of this is no longer a hobby, I want this to be like a side hustle, actual real side income, hashtag income disclosure. When I really made that decision, I was also in a place to where I was working 40 plus hours a week. My husband was working 40 plus hours a week. He worked nights, I worked days. We had Madison, who was like 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, running around all the time, right? Not in school and trying to do all the things, right? And I was in a spot to where I knew I needed to help my family do better. And one of those ways was, hello, I can do this thing called Scentsy that I'm already in, and I just need to focus and I need to be intentional in how I'm going to do it. And I knew that I couldn't do in-home parties. I knew I couldn't do events because I don't know if you guys know all of my story, but I've got a laundry list of chronic health issues. One of them being my back, which I absolutely refuse to ever get back surgery, but it is what it is, right? I can't lift a whole bunch of things. My husband is not the guy who, for one, would be able to take off work and do events with me. I just can't physically do them. I just can't. And so I knew that wasn't a real option. The times that I've done events have been very small events, like at the church bake sale, those kind of things, right? That's what I do. So I needed a way, though, that I was able to still have parties, but not in that traditional party sense. And so I started, I believe I originally started it during like a Bring Back My Bar season, because I started making pouches filled with the testers and sending them out. And I would make up, I don't remember in those days, maybe 4 or 5 at the most, right? And I would just give them to people and start circulating them and having those people use those and take them to work or take them to the kids' basketball practice or whatever it was, right? And just share and collect orders. And then when they were done, I would meet back up with them. Usually it would be like a 1 week, right? Like a drop off or give them, because some of the people I used to work with, I would give it to them like on a Monday, and I'd be like, all right, next Monday, bring it back in. And if you need more time, of course, you can carry it around and take more orders, but otherwise, let's get ready, right? And so they knew the expectation. They knew all they had to do was carry this little bag pouch thing around, and they could do it. And I will tell you, I had so much success with bag and pouch parties that is where, like I said, my customer base started building. Because for one, I made it really easy for people to have a party without having to clean the house, take time for babysitting, or even do anything that they normally wouldn't do. In fact, I would tell them, do exactly what you would normally do. Just carry this bag with you when you do it, right? When you go to the grocery store, when you go to brunch with the girls on the weekend, whatever it is, right? Take it with you. And that's all they had to do. And for them, those hosts, it was really easy for them. And they found that they enjoyed doing it. And so they would be repeat hosts for me. And it was fantastic. And then, time goes by and we had, we had, 2020 happen. And people didn't really want to do pouch parties anymore. So again, what did we do? We all shifted, we pivoted, we went into a different direction. We tried to do more online, interactive parties, things like that. And yes, those work, and yes, those are great. But let me tell you right now that we're coming back to more of like a somewhat normalized time in space, I don't know, hopefully, right? I am now reintroducing my bag and pouch parties. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. How do you do that with the people not in the same state? Oh, well, we're going to talk about that, Priscilla. Yes, we are. And Priscilla, welcome. It's her first Tuesday training. I'm so excited. Okay. All right. So this, and don't worry, I'm going to put links. So don't worry. Calm down. You're going to put the links. Okay. All right. So I've got these envelopes, right? These are just plastic envelopes. Where did the bag go that I had them in? I just had it. but apparently also just lost it. Jeez. I didn't even go that far. All right, anyway, moving right along. It's just a big plastic envelope, okay, is what it is. Again, I got it off of Amazon. I will share the link, okay? This is my bag or pouch party. I still am probably going to call them pouch parties. Some people will call them bag parties. It doesn't exactly matter what you put it in. You just need a container to put it in. When I very first started doing bag parties, I am not going to lie, I used Ziploc bags. I would get the gallon size Ziploc bags and I would put everything I needed in there, zip it up, and then if I mailed it, we're going to get to that, Priscilla. If I mailed it, I put it in something else, right? But that's exactly what I would pass out. That was it, okay? So you don't have to do all the fancy things. Unless you just want to. You don't need to run out to Amazon and go buying everything and try and create the wheel, okay? You can just do it with what you have. Do it with what you have. If you've got a little basket, if it's somebody who is local, right? You can make it into a basket party by literally just getting a basket. Like I get these little baskets all the time from the dollar spot at Target, right? Find a basket, find something with a handle, a carrier, whatever. You could do the same thing, okay? Same thing. When it comes to, and my friend Vicky still shares this to this day, but probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I came up with around the Halloween season because that what I had at the house, right? What I had, Madison was younger then, but she had like I don't know, at least 5 or 6 of those little plastic pumpkins, right? That you'd carry around for trick-or-treating. I used those plastic Halloween jack-o'-lantern pumpkins for the entire month of September and October to do pouch parties and bag parties for people who were local. Yeah. I just put it all in those little things. Whatever you have is what you should be using, okay? It's not about the bells and the whistles. It's about doing the work. All right, so this is what my pouch party looks like, okay? It's not super fancy, but I am going to break down what I've got in here, okay? So these that I get, and again, I'll share the link. I get them on Amazon. They just snap close in the back. All right, so in here we have a catalog, and I always put a catalog in for my host because I want my host to be able to have it. Don't mind the fact that it got bent. It was sitting in a container, weird. But I always have my sticker with my QR code, and that's how I brand my catalogs. If you don't do that, you can handwrite with a Sharpie on the back. Just whatever you are sending out, make sure it has your info on it. That's the message at the end of the day. I don't care if you got to handwrite it. I don't care if you make a fancy sticker. I don't care what you do. Just put your name and your info on it. So if this gets separated from this, somebody always, oh, there's some confetti. Somebody always will be able to know where they go. Yes, I see Jessica. I just use what I have for samples. Exactly. Exactly. All right. And then I've got, all the confetti is going to come out. It's fine. It's all fine. I mean, I got a vacuum today anyway. Oh my gosh, it's everywhere. I know. And you guys are like, haha, Jackie, karma for using all the confetti. I know. That's fine. It's cool. It's cool. Some days I wake up and I have confetti on me. I mean, it's just how it goes. Anyway, so the rest of them I fold up at least like 10 product lists and just fold those up and put them in. Those product lists are for the host to then give out to people to at least have something, right? Then I've got these. Yeah, those are all of them. These are all of my paper products. So, paper products means crap. This is the stuff that I make sure I put in everything, right? So, I told you guys, well, no, this isn't the one. This is actually a rack card that I made with my story. So, it tells them about me. It tells them if they'd like to join, how they can pick their path, right? They can decide which starter kit they want. I do throw in one of these, what is Scentsy, because I never know if this bag is going to see somebody who has no idea what Scentsy is. These brochures all come directly from Scentsy Success, so you can just order those, or if you have your starter kit or your restart kit, you will get some of those in there. Another thing that I do, and I've got a couple of them in here. Hello, remember I talked about Scentsy Club? These are my Scentsy Club rack flyers. Okay, so it's just on the front and on the back. It tells them about Scentsy Club. I really point out the big points about Scentsy Club, right? That you can do this and get a discount on your Scentsy that you're already buying. I grabbed these when the catalog season started. Again, it's just more about what our products do, but this one actually includes the air purifier, and I really love it. And I got that idea from, I believe it was Miss Amber, showed me that catalog, or that little insert, and so I bought those. And then I still do a host and join flyer, right? Just because in the host and join flyers that we get from the consultant store, right, it shows that commission structure on it, and I want them to be in the know of everything. So they've now seen my story, they now have seen it from me, and then they see the actual flyer. So that's that piece. All right, let's see. All right, so then the rest of the catalog, right, like that's the goods, in my opinion. Okay, I like to put in some samples of laundry. So I get these from the Scentsy Success store. I like to just put in a couple of them each, and I will tell the host that what I expect them to do is to either use them themselves, so they can then be a testament to the products and be like, oh my gosh, I used one of these samples in my laundry yesterday and it's amazing. You guys have got to try this laundry stuff, right? I want them to use the samples because I want them to be able to give their own experience. Their friends are going to listen to them before they listen to me, right? They know their friend. They trust their friend. So that's why I want them to do that, okay? So there's the logistics behind it all. All right, again, same thing. I got dish soap samples, so I've just got those out, right? So I've got my samples made for those. I threw in some wax samples, so wax samples are in there. I also have a sample of counter clean. I make these up in the little bottles, right? Normally I would throw a little dishcloth in there, and I'm out, so this one just doesn't have one. A pen, why not? I also add a scent circle because I think scent circles just kind of go with everything. I also have, which I already dropped a couple of them on the floor. I have samples of Scentsy Fresh, so I throw those in there, right? Again, I want them to try them. I want them to give them out. I have some cards for people to join my VIP group. That's just what those are. They're just business cards. And then I have some testers. So I've got 9 testers of current scents, right? So I kind of do like a little mixture. There's no science behind it. Trust me, there's not. It doesn't mean that if you put in these exact 9 scents, you will get plenty of orders. No, it doesn't mean that at all. It honestly is just a sampling. And that's what I want, again, is for people to just be able to sniff, get an idea. I try and throw in either the most popular scents, or if I really know my host and I know what kind of scents they like, I will usually choose those types of scents. This one in particular is going to a new host, so I just used some of the testers from not all of them are new releases though. Anyway, and then on the very, very front, this is another important thing that I like to do. On the very, very front, can you see that there? Okay, I just washi taped. I print out these little QR codes. I just go on to, you can use Avery, you can use Canva, you can use whatever program you use, however you're printing at home. I've got a video on how to do that with Avery. But I put the actual QR code for the party on the envelope, right? Because then this way, if anything gets separated or the host gets confused or what have you, all I have to do is remind them, hey, the link to your party is right there. All you have to do is scan it, or all your people have to do is just scan that QR code. It'll take them right to your party link. Boom. That way they make sure that everything gets attached to her party if there's people just putting in orders outside of that. All right. Now that the confetti is all over the place. Now, here's the other thing that I will tell you. Me and Pouch Parties, like I said, we go way back. We're pretty good BFFs. I will tell you that it is not, or hasn't been until the last year and a half. I have always had customers from out of state. I am very lucky to be able to get local customers. It just doesn't, in my business, for whatever reason, it just has never really been a big part of my customer base that is local. Okay, I don't have that huge friends and family network that helped me build my business. Okay, I didn't have those people. So I had to look for other ways, and how I've built my business has been on social media. So a lot of the parties I do are primarily out of state. They are not near me. They are not near me. Now, I have, over the past year and a half, started to build up a nice little local customer base, and I'm still working on that every single week. It's on my task list, and it's one of those things that I like to try and do to continue to build that, right? I got my car branded, so when I'm driving around town, I make sure I park it, you know, so the sticker on the back, I've got a QR code, and I've got my website on the back of our car, so wherever I'm going, I'm like, I'm advertising, okay? But because my hosts are 9 times out of 10 out of state, I wouldn't recommend shipping it in this type of an envelope, just because we never know what could happen in that, right? So I would recommend, if you've got a poly mailer, you could do it that way. Depending on what you have in there, remember it's going to go by weight. So what Jacqui does, because I am very, very, very tight on my business budget, I need to be tighter with it. But I utilize from the post office the If It Fits, It Ships envelopes, okay? It is $7.95. That is it for me to ship this. So I eat the shipping cost. I do not charge my host this shipping cost, but I ship them out. So this envelope just fits right inside there, right? You can get these at the post office. You can also, I actually order mine directly from USPS. So you can go on their website, order supplies. They are free. Free. They are free to order supplies from the USPS, okay? So that's how I get these. I get them in they come in a huge box of like 1,000, okay? I'm finally just getting to like the middle of that box. But you can always, if you're at your local post office, you can always just go into the lobby or whatever. They usually have these packages out. This one is the priority mail. Like I said, anything that you can fit in here, you can ship for that one flat rate price. That's the whole point of this mode of delivery. So I know this is going to cost me $7.98 or whatever it is cents to ship this. Doesn't matter how heavy I make it. So that's why I use this packaging. If you use your own packaging, your own poly mailer or a big bubble mailer, or if you're using a smaller bag, right, whatever you're shipping it in, just remember it's going to go by weight, so that may up the cost, right? Now, here's the thing. At the end of the day, I'm not a tax professional, so please do not consult your own tax professional, but you can write off shipping, okay? We are business owners. We can do that. But the way that I really look at it in the here and now when I'm shipping this out is, here's the deal, right? This person is going to have at least a minimum of a $200 party. Now, I always tell my hosts $500. That's what I try and shoot them for, is $500. I don't talk about $200 as the minimum to them, but I know as the consultant that $200 minimum is what they need for a party. So is $7.98 worth it to get a minimum of at least a qualifying party order? Yes, it is. To Jacqui, it is, because those are the people who are going to pass this around. This could turn out to be a $500 party. This could turn out to be an $800 party. Who knows, right? What if they work somewhere and they take it into work and everybody wants to buy an air purifier from them? I don't know, right? I have no idea what's going to happen. So I am willing to say, hey, I will ship that out, no problem. And they have everything that they need, right? And then, of course, I go on my workstation. I create a I create a party link, which is how I get the QR code, first of all. So I guess that's really, you know, before you do all this or before you send it out. But it's also there. So I tell my hosts too, hey, if you want to share this link on social media, right? Here you go. Now that I'm getting a little fancier, I'm getting a little bougie, I'm going into Canva and creating a clickable little image that I can send out and text to my people that they can use that, and then they can send it out either on social media or text it to their people or whatever, right? So they can continue to get orders on their party. Like I said, using it to mail it this way is going to be the most cost effective for you. It just is. I don't know, maybe if you don't put a whole lot in there, maybe you could get it cheaper on pirate ship or something. That's fine, right? Now, here's the other thing I want to talk about too. Those of you who are newer consultants or you don't have a whole lot of stuff, right? Again, I think Jessica said it earlier, sample what you've got. Sample what you've got. If you've got some dish soap, awesome. You can grab some sponges. You can go to the dollar store. You can do whatever. These are just compressed sponges. I buy them off of Amazon for like $6, right? Okay. Again, all the links will come for what I have. But that's how I get those. If you don't have those, go to the Dollar Tree. Get some sponges. You can cut them up in just a little square and squirt a little bit of dish soap on it. Put it in a bag. There's your sample. Okay? Don't think too much into these things. Remember, simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. That's what we want to remember. So for those of you who don't have maybe a whole lot of testers or things like that, then make some felt samples or just cut off pieces of cubes of some of the current scents. Okay? So you can do it that way. I personally, every single catalog change, I usually order at least 2 to 3 transition tester sets. So I usually have plenty of testers of the newer scents or of the season scents, right? The ones spring and summer or fall and winter, right? And I've been doing this for 10 years. So I do have a good little stash of testers. Here's the thing. Yes, I've put 9 testers in here. Do I expect them back? No. To me, it's just a way to, here you go to my host. You can keep those. You know, it's a really great way is you can actually warm these. You just unscrew the lid, put it upside down in the dish on your warmer. It will melt out as soon as that wax pulls out. Remove the plastic piece, toss it away. You have an amazing sample, right, of that scent. So I tell them that's my gift to them for hosting a party. Now, how am I recouping this? Well, first of all, like I said, if I start doing like 10 of these a week or 10 of these a month, then yeah, I'm going to have to start rethinking some things, right? That's when I would probably pivot and say, hey, whoa, this is getting too much, or I'm running out of testers. I don't want to have to buy more testers, right? Then I would switch to maybe just doing wax samples or felt samples of the current scents. Again, things that I have, okay? But you can always reorder testers at any time in the workstation under Scentsy Success. You can get 5 testers for $1. Yeah. They have to be all the same scent, right? So you can do that for a handful of different scents. That's fine too, right? But you can get those pretty inexpensive, right? That's if you want to use this tester method, okay? So this is optional. This is just what I do though. So there you go. You see what a pouch party looks like. You see how it works, right? I don't know if you've noticed, but I didn't put in any order forms. Did anybody notice that? Okay. I get asked that a lot. Why don't I put in order forms? I used to all the time. Here's the thing, guys. We are so savvy on our phones anymore. It is insane. Okay. Now, for a lot of my hosts, they are either directing people to their party link, right? Which I've included for them. Okay. So they've got that party link. And I'm sending them that little clickable thing with Canva that I send out so they can very easily text that out, send it to their people. I very rarely anymore have hosts that have people write it down and give it to them. But in the event that they do, usually it's just written on a piece of paper, and I will tell my host, hey, if you get anything like that, screenshot it and just text it to me. I got it. Just make sure it's legible, right? Or if I have questions, remember who this is, right? And so I do give them in part of the host coaching, you know, make sure that you're getting the customers first and last name. This is what I need from them. First and last name, email address, phone number, so I can call if there is an issue with a card or a payment or something went out of stock, okay? And then I need their address and or billing zip code, because if they're going to pay via credit card or what have you, I need that billing zip, right? So those are the main points of information I need. If I at least have an email or a text or cell phone number, right, I know that I can follow up with those people. Those are my two number ones, gotta have them. But it helps me to then increase my customer base, right? Because those people who I've never met, who they work with, that they're sending this little, no, it's empty now, right? But sending this pouch around that looks really fun, right? So I am now gaining customers that I can follow up with, that maybe they want to host their own pouch party and they're like, that was what she did was super easy. I'd be open to doing one of those. Or I've got a lot of friends on Facebook. I'd like to do it on Facebook. Do you do those? Of course I do, right? So it gives me an opportunity to follow up with those customers and pull them in to my customer circle. That's how I'm building my customer base. Parties is how you do that. Talking to new people is how you do that. Having conversations is how you do that. That is also how you're going to have eventually, if not right off the top, you're going to have people who are going to be coming to you and saying, hey, this whole Scentsy thing that you do, right? And that's when you, especially this month, can throw out, oh my gosh, we're running a $25 join special. You should do this. The time is now, right? So it opens you up for so many conversations. So many. And then another thing that I like to do when I do follow-ups, especially when it comes to the transition month, is I will go back to my party hosts and I will look at all the people who ordered in their party, and anybody who ordered something that I know is going to be discontinued, because we get that when it's a transition month. That's when I go back in with the info on the Scentsy Club, right? I want them loving these scents so much that they're like, oh my gosh, Jacqui, I can't live without Shoreline Drive. I'm going to need that on a monthly basis. I got you, boo. Let's set up a Scentsy Club. You can also save money, the whole nine, right? I can have those conversations. Building up your Scentsy Club, though, is going to be one of the most amazing ways that you're going to be able to have that reoccurring PRV, okay? And that's what I really want you guys to start focusing on. Scentsy Clubs and parties. Scentsy Clubs, parties. These are going to be the ways that are going to help you build that successful income in your business and help you build your business by team members, by sales, by customers, by follow-ups, all the things. Okay? So I hope this has sparked creativity for you. Think, what do I have on hand already that I could use? Okay? Remember, not every pouch party has to look the same, right? You can put in whatever you want into this. If you're more of a, I don't have any catalogs, you then use the product list or the showcase brochures. If you don't have any of those, then I can tell you right now, because we've seen it through everything happening, all you need is a QR code at the end of the day. They can look at our digital catalog online. Did you know that? You can go to your own PWS, go to your website, scroll all the way down to the bottom until you see View Our Catalog. Click on that, copy that link, make it a QR code, and you now have the link to the catalog in a digital format that you can send to anybody, regardless if you have business supplies or not, regardless if you have the money to ship or mail something out to somebody who may not be local. You can do this. You can do this, okay? So get creative, start thinking about ways, and let's start working on more parties and Scentsy Club, because that's how we're going to grow our businesses. I'm going to have some pictures about this. Oh my goodness, Priscilla. Yes. Yes, that is absolutely perfect. Get her to take a basket. Trust me, the teachers love Scentsy. I'm not gonna lie. My youngest, who, you know, is still in school, I will send, usually on like a major holiday or whatever, I send like a little gift basket, and I always include either room spray or counter clean or something like that, because the teachers really love stuff like that. And I will tell you that every single time I get an email back from her teacher, she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. It's so hard working around adolescent teens, right? Like, they have their own kind of smell. So the teachers will love it. Yes, that'll be an amazing way to get that word out and to get it going around. And you guys, from a consultant perspective, here's the thing. Yes, it's going to take you a minute to maybe put together, you know, a little basket or bag. Or if it's even the Ziploc, that's okay. Okay, there is no shame. There is no, oh, I can't send it that way. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay? You can make anything look cute. You certainly can. It's not about what it looks like. It's about the experience. And you're going to be part of that experience because you're going to be following up. You're going to be having a conversation with the host and making sure that they understand this is how it works, right? Use the samples that I've sent you. Give some samples away. All the things, right? All the things that I've included in here, I want them to use, I want them to share, I want them to talk about. And I will also tell them, by all means, announce it on your social media that you're having a party. Share your link. That way they can also include those Facebook friends or those Instagram friends or wherever it is that they're posting on social media, right? To be able to also help them get to where they need to be to get that party. So, oh, the tin can. Yes. Yes. I love that. Those travel tins are amazing. I'm just looking to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Yes. Write your information on everything. There you go. Y'all got it. You got this. So again, I will take a quick picture or a couple pictures of this to post in the group so y'all can look at this later and see how I do it and see what I've included. And again, I will post my Amazon link if you are interested in needing or getting some of these things that I get off of Amazon. Otherwise, like I said, do it yourself. Print this. All of this stuff I print off at home, right? I print that stuff off. I print it off. I make it in Canva. I print it out. That's it. So it doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be done. That's how we grow. That's how we build empires. That's how we promote. That's how we get bigger paychecks. That's how we do the damn thing. All right. So get creative. I cannot wait. If you guys make up some pouch parties, bag parties, tote parties, whatever you're calling them, take a picture and share with us in the group. I would love to see what you guys are coming up with. And even if you think it's nothing special, trust me, you will inspire someone. I promise you. All right, guys, have a great rest of your week. Happy pre-sale day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.